Welcome back, good people. This video or this episode I'm titling Emotions. Emotions. Now, if you've been following the procedure or the path that I've set for you guys today, the first episode was about thinking how, when you think about something, how that happened, how that occurred, right? And what happens after you think is an idea comes. That was the next episode. And once that idea comes, then you have to decide on whether or not you want to take that idea, right? That was the next episode. This episode, again, is emotions. When all those things come into play, you're going to trigger some emotions, right? That's how it works in life. Sometimes we're familiar with that, sometimes we're not. Either way, it doesn't take away from the fact that that's how it happens. So I wanted to give you a little bit of information about the emotional content or the emotional impact that you have after you've initiated a thought or a thought has popped into your head, right? Because thoughts do pop in our head sometimes. You know, it's been said that thoughts, we generate or we think 50 to 70,000 thoughts per day. And that's a large number of thoughts just to keep popping in your head. And then mental illness is real. So sometimes those thoughts that are negative, our mental acumen has a tendency to hold on to those because that's what we're familiar with or we like that, right? Or it makes us feel a certain kind of way. Again, those emotions are very important and impactful. But this is a little pretty much of a little long segment here, so I might break this down into a couple of episodes. So I'm going to begin. I really want you to listen to what I have to read here. It says the definition of emotions. It says emotions, a natural instinctive state of mind deriving from one's circumstances, moods, or relationships with others. Then it goes into the basic emotions. Do you know what the basic emotions are? Well, you're in the right place because I'm going to share what those are with you today. During 1970, psychologist Paul Ekman identified 6 basic emotions that he suggested were universally experienced in all human cultures. So would you say this is information that you could use or good information that someone that listening to this for the first time would be able to say, okay, well, those are the 6 basic emotions, right? I know, and see, that's the impact I like to have when I share this information. I like it to be so valuable that you want to share it with someone else, right? And that's what I strive for. So if I don't knock it out of the park every time, don't worry about that. Just keep listening, right? Or keep watching, they'll come. Okay, it says, the emotions he identified were happiness, sadness, disgust, fear, surprise, and anger. Those are the 6 basic emotions. He later expanded his list of basic emotions to include such things as pride, shame, embarrassment, and excitement. Now, I'm going to talk just a little bit about a few of those on this episode, like happiness. Of all the different types of emotions, happiness tends to be the one that people strive for the most. Go figure, right? Happiness is often defined as a pleasant emotional state that is characterized by feelings of contentment, joy, gratification, satisfaction, and well-being. Sadness. Sadness is another type of emotion often defined as a transient emotional state characterized by feelings of disappointment, grief, hopelessness, disinterest, and a dampened mood. Like other emotions, sadness is something that all people experience from time to time. In some cases, people can experience prolonged and severe periods of sadness that can turn into depression. You don't want that. That's not good. And you know that, but it's just, this type of stuff is just so informative to me that I love to get the message out because I feel like if it's something I needed to hear, there's someone else out there and the 7 billion plus people that would benefit from hearing it. Next, fear. Fear is a powerful emotion that can also play an important role in survival. When you face some sort of danger and experience fear, you go through what's known as a fight or flight response. Your muscles become tense, your heart rate and respiration increase, and your mind becomes more alert, priming your body to either run from the danger or stand and fight. This response helps ensure you are prepared to effectively deal with threats in your environment. Now, when you're in a situation where you have to make a decision really quickly like that for life or death, then it's more instinctive, right? Sometimes you freeze though. I've seen situations where people, were about to get hit by a car or something and they couldn't move. They just froze there, and they got hit by the car. Sometimes you can't. If you can help it, you can't shut down like that. You must be able to take action. You got to be able to take action, because if you can't do that, then you're going to have a negative impact, if you will, right? So anyway, I told you this segment was going to be a little long, but I really want you to understand this about emotions. So I'm going to call this Emotions 1, and I'm going to come right back with Emotions 2. So when you get an opportunity to view this, make sure you go to Emotions 2 and check that out as well. All right.